Hello everyone. Today I will be discussing how to beat one of the hardest bosses in Hollow Knight Silksong, a banger that lots of us have been waiting for. This fight is the fight versus Lost Lace, where you try and free Lace from the voice that has trapped her in this internal prison. Now over here, as you can see, this is my video on no hitting Lost Lace. Here I use an architect build using some of my favorite tools like conchcutter to substitute for the nail, tacks, and cogfly, all with Pollip pouch. Two crests that I recommend are either Architect, as shown here, or Wonder. Now as you can see what I just did there, I used Harpoon to mainly dodge her airborne attacks. It works particularly well for that attack where she dashes and tendrils come out of the ground. Tip: when she dashes, each time she dashes, you can get a little bit of extra damage in at the end of the dash by throwing a conchcutter or doing a few strikes with your nail. Over there, you just want to jump up to dodge those, and also be wary because usually void pillars will spawn from whatever blobs of void that Lace spawns. As you can see there, we've just gone into the second phase. I will link the vid with the build in the description of this video. Now over here, I am recharging my tools to use in the next phase. Now, as for the train phase transition, it isn't much of a problem. Grandmother Silk will fall down here, and now all you have to do is dodge some pillars of void. That one's pretty easy to dodge, and over here, once you see these little particle effects coming out, you just jump up and use your drifter's cloak to avoid. Now, let's go into second phase. One tip: don't be too aggressive. Lost Lace second phase can be very fast. But another tip I can give to get a lot of damages in is whenever you see Lace lava, just throw whatever tools you have, or spam your nail. It does so much damage. You also want to mainly stay airborne, as staying on the ground can easily get you punished by those dash attacks. As you can see, she's locked in here, and I'm doing all I can. Over here, when she ground slams, you want to be careful of the void channels and wait for her to reach the ground before you can do some more damage. Over here, we're just going to have to do what we did for the phase transition. Not too much of a problem. Double jump really helps. Now over here, you need to remember that out of each void pillar, Lace will automatically spawn out of any of them. As you can see here, every single time she dashes, I throw a conchcutter, and bam! That's Lost Lace done in just about 3 minutes. Now as you can see over here, the fight isn't really that hard. You're just going to get used to her patterns and attacks, but you mainly need to not get greedy and spend your time doing important things like getting better tools and abilities and getting nail upgrades. Here I only have 2 nail upgrades, but that's because I'm not primarily using a nail build. Anyway, thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this fight as much as I did. Bye!